What's going on, guys? In this video, I want to do a little bit more talking than kind of going over the chart. So you guys can just kind of look down to the right hand of your screen. Here I am, I'm right here. Now, I was doing some charting on the NQ and I started to think, right? Because I work with a lot of traders, whether that be coming through Evolution Traders or, through private DMs or messages or even personal friends and family. And I learn a lot of things and I hear a lot of things, right? So there's a few things that we need to discuss, right? Are you a losing trader? Are you a consistent trader? If you are a consistent trader, then 9 times out of 10, you probably wouldn't be on YouTube looking for trading videos. Now, I make a ton of content. I've got over 2,000 videos uploaded on YouTube. Everything from trade recaps to strategy teachings to rambling to technical analysis, chart breakdowns, and everything else in between, right? So there's a couple of reasons as to why you are losing or why you can't seem to kind of plant your feet, right? And here are some of those reasons. You're too greedy, okay? You are not patient and you are not disciplined. That's it. It's not the strategy that you're using. It's not the mentor that you have. It's not, learning some type of new technical analysis. It's not smart money trading. It's not ICT. It's not supply and demand. It's not, price action. It's not the VWAP. It's not the 21 and the 9 EMAs. It's none of that. To be honest with you, charting and technical analysis is probably one of the easiest things to learn on this planet. You want to know what's not hard? You want to know what's, you want to know what's very hard? It's staying disciplined. You want to know what's extremely hard? It's pulling the trigger. You want to know what's extremely hard? Managing emotions, managing FOMO, fear of missing out. Whether that's fear of missing a great trade, whether that's fear of taking a trade because you're scared of losing money, whatever the case may be, there is a mental block on your emotional, genetic trader makeup that is causing you to be inconsistent. Now, I'm not saying to be a robot. I'm not saying that you have to just, put your head down and punch a bunch of keys like some kind of science experiment, right? What I'm saying is that you need to be mentally clear and mentally focused enough to identify trade setups with whatever strategy you're using, whether it's my strategy at Evolution Traders, whether it's ICT, whether it's supply and demand, whether it's price action, whether it's Bollinger Bands, RSI, I don't care what it is. You need to be able to identify the setup in real time. You need to be able to take that setup in real time, and you need to absolutely know how to manage your risk on that setup. Not every trade setup is an A+ setup. Not every trade we can go ahead and risk max size. I take multiple trades a day, and sometimes I'm only playing 10, 15, 20% of my normal traditional sizing because they're not A+ setups. They're just quick cash flow moves. I'm bottom fishing. I'm taking a bounce off of the 20. I'm shorting the high of day, using the high of day as a stop. I'm using, a scalp play on a change of trend over the 20 SMA. There's many different strategies and entries that you can use, whether going long or going short. It doesn't matter about the bulls. It doesn't matter about the bears. It doesn't matter about interest rates. It doesn't matter about the hedge funds. It doesn't matter about, what is big money doing? What is retail doing? None of that matters. What matters is what's going on in here. What matters is what the hell are you doing once you get in the trade? Are you disciplined enough? Or do you lack patience? If you lack patience, then you are flip-flopping all around. What does that mean? You get into a trade long, it doesn't work, it starts to go against you. You start to short that move because you feel the market is going down. You get trapped and that market goes completely against you and then traps you out once again and you lose a bunch of money. And you go down this big cycle, this big hamster wheel around and around and around, and you can't seem to figure out why it is that you keep losing. Because you lack patience. This game is a game of probabilities. You need to be able to sit on your hands. You need to be able to identify the moves, and you need to be able to wait for things to play out. That is number one. 2, it requires discipline because sometimes you do get those good setups that do go in your favor and quickly reverse for who knows why. right? There's always a reason. I'm sure if we look hard enough, there's going to be a reason why. You know, market is manipulated. You know, Jerome Powell said something. It's FOMC. Company released a news headline. Whatever it is, I'm sure we can find a reason as to why that move failed. However, if you lack the discipline to get out of the trade when you are supposed to, or if you are in a winning trade and you are making money and you have that greed factor inside you that says, I want more, and you keep on chugging along, and then you start to give away profits, break even, and in fact lose on winning trades. How many of you have done that? If you have, give me a like down below. But I know you have done it before, because if you haven't done it, you wouldn't be looking for videos like this. It all comes down to what's going on in here, but it comes down to what's going on outside. And here's the main point. If you have stuck around, I want you to really listen to this. It comes down to what you are doing outside the charts. If your life outside the charts is completely in shambles, you lack discipline, you're impatient, you're a very greedy person on a normal day-to-day basis, you're not doing the things that you're supposed to be doing. Example, you don't get up and you don't exercise. You don't exercise on a regular basis. Maybe you exercise one day every 2 weeks. Maybe it's one day a week. You're not consistent with the exercises. You're not consistent with the food that you're putting into your mouth. You're running out to every single fast food restaurant because it's quick and easy. You're ordering DoorDash because it's quick and easy. You don't want to go to the grocery store because you're lazy. You don't do the things that you know you're supposed to do because it's easy not to. Guess what happens when you start to trade? You start to do the things that are easy, which is hold on and hope and pray that a losing trade comes back. You start to get greedy and take trades that you shouldn't be taking because it's easier just to click the button and buy and hope that something goes up versus sit on your hands and be patient and wait for something to set up. You do the things that are easy because you lack discipline off the charts. You lack discipline outside the office. If this is you, you need to start focusing on fixing yourself first. Get a coach, get a mentor, get with a group, a trading community, someone who's going to hold your ass accountable until you can do it on your own. And if you can't accept that you need help and you can't accept that you cannot do this alone, I have been trading for 8 years. I did not do this alone. I had many help. I had a lot of help from a lot of different mentors, a lot of different coaches, a lot of different groups before I finally was able to become profitable and consistent on my own. It took many, many years to get there. A lot of lost money, a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of stress and pain and agony that came along with the whole journey before things finally started to click. What I want to tell you to do is right now, focus on a disciplined plan outside of the screens. And that's going to start with your health. If you're not healthy, I can guarantee you this game is so physically and mentally draining that if your body is in not tip-top shape and your mind is not healthy and clear, you will have a piss poor performance when it comes to being a solid and consistent trader. So what I would like everyone to do, and this is where the discipline comes in. If you currently exercise on a regular basis, congratulations, you're showing a form and a level of discipline. What I want you to do, if you already do that, is get up an hour earlier and go for a mile run, go for a mile walk. If you already do a mile, do a mile and a half. If you already do a mile and a half, do 2 miles. Do that consistently for the next 5 days in a row. Come back to this video and say, hey, I was able to get up in the morning. I was able to go take a jog. I was able to go for a walk. I was able to do something consistently that I did not want to do for 5 days straight. Once you start to do that, your mind will start to feel better. Your body will start to feel better. If you're already an exercise buff, take a cold shower. Nobody likes to take a cold shower. You hear everyone talking about cold plunge this, cold showers this, whatever. Who cares what the health benefits are? Do it for the sole purpose, in fact, of the discipline factor, doing something that you don't want to do. Because guess what? When you're in a trade and you're losing, you don't want to sell and you don't want to take that loss. Why don't you want to take that loss? Because it's easier not to. It's easier to hold and hope. Take a cold shower, 30 seconds. A minute, 2 minutes, get in the cold water, get in, do it for 5 days consistent. Can you do it? Can you prove to yourself? Can you prove up here that you can do something that you don't want to do? The next time it's easier to go to the drive-thru and order something fast food wise, stop at the grocery store, Go to the meat department. If you eat meat, hopefully most of you guys eat meat. I hope, if you don't, we'll find something else for you. Go to the meat department, grab yourself a steak. You can get a decent steak, a top sirloin, a ribeye for around 10 bucks, 12 bucks. Grab a steak, go home, cook it, eat it. Tell me how you feel. Do that for 5 days. Consistency is going to be key. Do things that you don't want to do. If you get up in the morning and you do not make your bed each and every single day, start tomorrow by making your bed before you do anything. Just the same way you get up every morning and you use the restroom and you brush your teeth, add another discipline factor to your life routines. I guarantee you, once you start doing the things you don't want to do, trading these charts will be so much easier. If you guys want to get one-on-one coaching, you want to learn my strategy, you guys want to get access to that, make sure you guys join Evolution Traders. Make sure you guys join the Discord. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see everyone on the inside.